Let me get set up here, you guys. I know it looks like all the, Becca and Jenlyn, they're all live. So we might have a small group tonight, which is nice. I like our little groups. But let me figure out where I am. Oh my gosh. It's like I can't get a thing done, you guys. Is that on? Let me edit this right now. What am I doing? La la la. Where am I? What's going on here? Okay, here we go. Now, I lost my appetite all day today, and now I'm hungry. How are you guys? Oh, wait, I'm not ready yet. Now I have to get to you. I haven't, this app, when I've tried to, set a future date for, hi you guys, for a live, like it goes live. I will get to that at some point. Hi you guys. Martha's first today. High five. Martha, how are you? Hi T-Barb. AHT. Hi Lucian. Rebecca. Bella Luna. Love Mother Earth. Oh, I gotta mute that. Oh, okay. Hi you guys. Doesn't the last couple hours feel amazing? Hi Liz, hi Snow Wolf, Rosie Santos. Hi you guys. Cherie. Okay, so let's kind of be careful about the words that we use in the live chat. I know the moderators are amazing, and don't be offended if they take out comments because I need less flags and buffery things. Hi. Hello. Hi, you guys. Clarence. R.R. Scrony. Beth Knight. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Bella Luna. Okay. Yes, I will get to emails. You guys, I haven't... I think I've checked emails maybe once since Christmas. It's kind of crazy. I was like... Well, anyway. So, what's going on, you guys? What's going on? I need to get a hand massage. I have thrown so many teroscopes, but it's okay because my hands have been itchy. My body has just been primed and ready to go to take in all of the messages. There's so much stuff, good stuff. We're like manifesting, you guys. And the thing I've been trying to work on in the background is getting ready for our new moon in Capricorn, which is at midnight Tuesday at 12 a.m. So actually like Monday night, like an hour before that, I'll go live because that is the most important new moon of the year, of the decade, of the next 20 years, if not beyond. It is so important. And I'm laughing because those of you who we powwowed for several days in November because I knew how revolutionary, that powerful that new moon in Scorpio would be because Pluto was finally going to get activated, the thing that's been in a thorn in the side all year. And it's the reason why ever since November, December, things have accelerated in pace for things turning over. That's the planet Pluto. It is one of Scorpio's rulers. The other ruler is Mars. But there's so many interesting things happening with the teroscope that keep lining up. But I know that when we did this new moon in Scorpio for several days, the theme was, what were we transforming? What were we healing? And then the new moon in Sagittarius after that was all about releasing a solar figure. And what were we releasing related to solar figures? Yeah, that kind of happened. And what happened since the electoral count triggered this and this. That new moon in Scorpio and the inauguration and the monster eclipse. I will show you that in more detail. If I had time, I would go back to those new, I think there were probably about 7 videos maybe I did, because it was kind of tiring, where all we did, I had this whiteboard and we would think about our wishes and write them out. And the reason why we write them out is because that is where you are most pointedly focused with the cosmic energy, receiving thought in your mind and putting it to action on paper. It's like a contract, almost as above, so below. I'm writing this contract out of what I'm intending. I will talk more about new moons and why they are so powerful. But this group was phenomenal. And I have to tell you, I think at the time at that new moon, I said I was getting the image of like a little mermaid in a chariot, kind of a 2-dimensional flat, like hand-drawn figure. And then she had morphed into like crystallized form and structure. And then she became like a giant fortress of like crystals. The more we kept working our wishes, it was like in my mind, I could see almost like that non-physical, that spirit, that creative energy, spirit, in some sort of form, ready to get to work and giving her directions and things coming into form. Well, I would say a couple days ago, like all of a sudden she popped in my mind, kind of like, hey, you gonna get ready for this new moon? And I've been thinking about it and I've been writing things out. I am telling you, the cavalry is here. There are like infinite of these little, she's kind of like the cross of a mermaid and a goat. The goat is because Capricorn. Goat is the sign of Capricorn. And in the glyph Capricorn, this is supposed to represent the tail. Like, it's the structure of life from the waters to the highest mountains. That's why Capricorn has the sign of the goat. So my little mermaid, like my little pony, she's like, I can't even draw it, but she's kind of like in this chariot, but she's got this little tail that resembles like the Capricorn tail for the goat, but it's a chariot. I know it doesn't look like it. And what happened, how she got form is we made these wishes, and it was like this tail kind of like implanted into the ground, rooted in, and then grew from there. So there's like a bunch of them blazing across the cosmos, like, we're ready. Like, they know how important this new moon is. I can feel the throngs of them getting ready for their directions. So this next new moon, it is so important. It is at 12 o'clock a.m. on the East Coast. But we'll get started about an hour earlier, okay? And between then and during that time, if you watched Maddow, this guy, Timothy Snyder, was on Maddow. And he has a little book the size of this called On Tyranny. And I'm buying that book too. I am using that book to guide this unit we're going to do on New Moon Wishing and creating this new world, this new structure that will be absent of tyranny. And, you know, how to react and prepare yourself when you're confronted with things that look like that. So as we get into January, this new moon, I am just so focused upon. He wrote this book last year because he ended up in the hospital with a liver infection, and I think also his appendix burst. So he did all these writings about our malady, about how as a nation we're sick, we're diseased, and we get this cerveza virus going, lessons in liberty. So he kind of like meditated on all this stuff. I'm going to integrate this one as well, lessons in liberty from a hospital diary. And it has to do about healthcare being a human right. Renewal begins with children. The truth will set us free. I'm getting a weird shadow. And doctors should be in charge. So rage and empathy. So this is another supplement I am going to be using for our new moon wishes. And don't be surprised if there's times like I am just like copying verbatim word for word. Now, it's kind of boring to watch me think about writing and just watching me write in full time. But the reason why we do that is because collectively we're focused in the same time, maybe different space, but at the same time. It's like we all have our antenna up to the cosmos with this juicy creative energy writing out our contracts. And so it is. And that is why this is the only time I ever give homework. Bring paper, pencil. I have to get a new journal before then because mine is done. It's so powerful, you guys. It is so, so powerful. Okay, let me take a quick break. I'm going to check in with you. See how it's going. Anything else? A Mer-Goat. Oh, Tisha, you have that book. Okay. Oh, Jared Yates Sexton also has an excellent book on tyranny. Oh, I might have to add that to my list. Okay, impish, thank you, sweetheart. You're so sweet. Thank you. Yes, Nancy, we just got started. Hi, Holly. Oh my gosh, listen to my voice. Okay. Are we good? Are we good? Are we good? Yes, Marjorie, you're here. I'm so glad. Aloha, Sherry Ann. Yes, please. Oh, yes, I have to hit the thumbs up too. Okay. Hi, Rick. Hi, Nancy. Okay, so where do we even begin? Before I get started, can I ask you guys a question? This evening, I think it was right before or right when it was announced that his account was suspended forever. I was in the car with the kid, and all of a sudden, she blurts out, "Oh my God, it's gone!" I can feel, she's not on Twitter, she doesn't follow it, but she has her own social media apps. She decided on her own, limit my time on my mobile, because she has just felt engulfed and overwhelmed by all of the crap that's out there. But all of a sudden she just, it's gone. It's gone. And like, I could feel it too. I'm like, something has lifted. And so have you guys felt this as well? Oh, Flynn's as well? You're following Ruth on Twitter. Yeah, it is. Okay, so she felt it. I felt it. I felt like that psyop thing, whatever has been hooked into our brain, because, we stare at a screen, and I swear there's like sine waves and wavelengths, whether it's color, whether it is kind of like the movement on a screen that's paired with words and message testing. I know that it's doing something to activate different centers of your brain. I can feel it. And I know that DeVos, and all them and her people are totally into that brain training and manipulation. So that thing that I've always felt, that thing feels like it's gone, and it lifted. So I threw some teroscopes on that, and basically, oh God, it verified it. And then there was a piece that linked to what like FBI IC knows about it. Yeah, it's gone. Look at that. The thing that, the Lover's card and the Eight of Pentacles, I have called the Eight of Pentacles the propaganda card. The Lovers, the agreement between Trump, Russia, and the accounts. Because I had also asked, I did one on Don Holio's account, and is it networked to PSYOPs? Because what is that about? Well, first of all, yeah, Ace of Swords, it's an op. Who he is, the Knight of Pentacles. Who has been saying forever, since September, Ruthie, keep your eye on that Knight of Pentacles. Now, you know, I thought it was for like payment and money laundering and all that stuff, and the transnational. You guys, it goes directly to his account, which is reversed because it's gone. That was right in our faces. This has been an op all along because the network, I don't know how, but this is what it's told me. It's a plan. And that's where the point of power comes from, that Ace of Pentacles, to turn us into fools. And who's manipulating it overseas? King of Wands, Angry Putin, or MBS, all of them. Because the assets that they value is turning everyone into a fool. With discussions all the time, 24/7, about Don Holio impeached. And the fifth house of the sun, Donald POTUS, the Queen of Pentacles. That is the value he transfers. The Queen is a country. When he's taking values of America, Pentacles, our data, and using that office to transfer it to somewhere else. Oh, who has that? Rick Grinnell. A Holio. Oh, and I'm sorry, you guys. I've been on Twitter. I have been swearing a lot. I'm sorry, I can't help it. It's just the way of things. And I will calm down. But USA won this week, remember? I'm sorry, that was my last reading. Back to task. And how it's networked. Public servants, Ace of Swords. Though that's like GOP. Public servants using that information as an op, Temperance, to blend it with other information that they have. There's Facebook. Has the same thing, a networked op through his Twitter. Shared resource is making a nightmare for us, and ensure having the White House. That the hidden enemy, the Ace of Cups, that's the Russia. That is also like literally cable networks, whether it's Chinese, Teleco, the Rostelecom, etc., etc. If anybody finds out how we're networked or there's like remote manipulation of cables and what people see, that can't be found out. And so what I, had asked FBI IC what's going on with taking that down and what she and I were feeling. It's gone. I feel it, Mom. The FBI says, what is it? It's that Ace of Cups. That's what's gone. The Russia op is gone. So with the parlor being taken down and all of these, oh no, I'm buffering. Am I buffering? Am I buffering? Crap. It won't let me type. Okay, it went off of mine. Okay. No, okay, thanks, you guys. So when I asked FBI what's going on with it, yeah, that opportunity, Wheel of Fortune, has been taken away. It's reversed. And what was at the heart of it was the Russia, the thing that makes them so happy. The Page of Swords reversed. The out of control espionage against us. has been reversed. And the communications and the dealings with our data, the Six of Pentacles. Because at the basis of what that was all doing through Don Julio's account, the Queen of Wands. Remember, queens are nations. The Queen of Wands is Don Julio handing everything over to Vlad. So we felt this clear. I felt my brain clear completely. She was so happy. Like everything just suddenly felt normal. Wait a second. I got to change this weird shadow. Okay. Right? Does that make sense? Am I using it at all times? Yes and no. Not right now, Paul. Oh, crap. There we go. I'm going to turn it on my laptop. I don't think I have it on my laptop. I do not. No, it's on. My VPN is. Okay. Thank you, E. Olson. Thank you. I will check that out, E. Olson. Okay. So, I know curses are obligatory. I have too much uptight Virgo in part of my chart. my moon gets really uptight about that kind of stuff sometimes. But that's why I just let it myself rip on Twitter. Because I needed a safe place to do that where people wouldn't hear me. So basically, that's what's behind that. I have, oh my God. Yes, I have to show you what I've been up to, just basically. Okay, so that's it. So big homework, you guys. We are going to pow out. We are going to, we already changed the world. We already got started. Everyone has to catch up with us, right? Okay, I have to show you what magical, super magical, permanent thing happened before the permanent Twitter ban. Okay, so I have to start with his inauguration chart. And I am just going to show you guys like 4 charts. I'm going to keep it simple. You don't have to know astrology, but you do know numbers. And it's easy to figure out the basic stuff. So I am going to keep this simple. So way back on January 20th, 2017, this is the inauguration chart. Wow. Of Don Julio. It is always on at this time of day because our founding fathers, Benjamin Franklin, was a phenomenal astrologer. And so what it does at 12 o'clock on high noon on January 20th, what does the USA inauguration mean at this specific time? This is so brilliant. I haven't even been able to talk much about the Saturn Jupiter as much as I've wanted to. That conjunction with what's going, this weird light. What's going on? I'm sorry, you guys. Okay. Because you have the sun, which represents a leader of a nation. It is at the highest point almost in the sky. Like I've told you guys, and if you don't know this, that's okay. In the chart, it's a horoscope. This is the sky. Actually, this little circle is the earth. And we are earth-centric. Even though we know the sun in actuality, it's here on the chart. Well, the sun is actually out there. Just pretend like that's the sun. It's not, and it's not to scale. But, so because the earth rotates, the horoscope rotates. But we still think the sun is moving around us because it rises and it sets. You know what I mean? But what happens is the sun, who represents the leader of a nation, is at the top of the chart. This is the eastern horizon. This is where the sun rises. So on the day you were born, you should always know what your rising sign is. You probably all know your sun sign, but your rising sign is that sign of when you took your first breath and how you interacted with the world. That's how the world sees you, and that's how you see the world. And that's why sometimes horoscopes feel like they're a total hit or they're a total miss, because it depends on kind of what's getting the most influence. But the sun, being the center of our solar system, it is life-giving, it's of the heart, it brings leadership. So in Washington, D.C., 14 degrees Taurus is on the ascendant. Taurus is very nurturing and comforting. It's ruled by Venus, which has to do, sugar, money, established money, long-term lasting money, and sweets. If you want to think of, apple pie, that's Taurus too. Comfort, luxuries, being pampered, comfortable, nurturing one another. That is how our nation interacts with the world. But when the leader of the nation is inaugurated, so the sun was over here, and as the earth rotated, here's its highest point. The highest point here has to do with your highest achievement. It's your social self. This is what everyone can see about you. If it represents the executive, your highest achievement. It's where you're going professionally. It's kind of where you're always being pulled to. Like if you're trying to find a career, it's kind of like this is where you're always being pulled to. And in the 10th house with the sun, that has to do with bright, shining leadership. But here's the thing. In Aquarius has to do with the sign of the innovator, innovation, revolution, unique individuals, humanitarians, a love of science, the people, fairness, it's electric. It is so on the leading edge innovation. It almost feels like it's maybe from another planet. So that's our sun in Aquarius. And the thing is, Aquarius, the Leo and Aquarius share a really interesting relationship. They're basically the only signs, well, Capricorn, Cancer, but Leo and Aquarius are the only one that don't have another rulership. I mean, before we found out about our other planets with Uranus, but when you're talking about ancient astrology and what those phenomenal astrologers knew from back, I mean, just genius. Like, I can't even wrap my head around it. There is no one who has dominion over this is the best place for Saturn's placement. Saturn is a traditional ruler of Aquarius. Saturn gives structure. Donald really likes Saturn in Capricorn because that's what makes him a total a-hole and a tyrant and brutal, just brutal. But that's the feminine side, earthy side of Saturn. Saturn in its dominion is at the height of a chart. It's in this Aries sign. You cannot contain air. Saturn gives structure. And for me, a lot lately, I've been thinking, I feel like Aquarius is the sign that envisioned the sun, the innovation of creating a solar system. That's how much dominion it has over itself. So our leader of the United States of America, 0 degrees Aquarius at the top of the chart. I mean, it gives so much power. And this 0 degree mark is so important because this is when I saw what happened. January 21st, 2019, I knew it was the beginning of the end of Don Julio, and a year and a half, 2 years, done. I knew from that point going forward, the marker had been set and time was ticking. So the moon that day, 9 degrees Scorpio in this area of public servants. Another important. So sun rises, sun sets. This area has to do with our partners. But this area below the horizon, we couldn't see the moon that day because it's set. So it's on the other side of the world. Everything was this area has to do with military, our day-to-day operations, intelligence, public servants, how things are organized. It's the loyal servant. And what effery did he do this whole time? So 0 degrees, January 20th, 2017, American carnage. Okay. I'm going to show you something for the advanced students back there. Just stick with me for a minute, okay? There's tons of astrological charts out there. This is the solar equilibrium chart, which just means I take the sun here, like if I cut out this chart, and then I just rotated it. So now the sun is on the ascendant, the thing that gives life to the chart. That's all that's going on here with all this red pen. So when I put the sun on the ascendant here, 0 degrees Aquarius, 0 degrees Leo, the descendant. What's at the top of the chart? 0 degrees Scorpio. What's at the bottom of the chart? Our karma, our ancestors. So our achievements now, remember it was 0 degrees Aquarius here, where the Aquarius sun is so powerful. Now we have 0 degrees Scorpio, highest achievement. So this is the same thing, I just adjusted the chart. Now, 2 years later, fast forward, what happened on January 21st, 2019? This was the monster full moon eclipse. I call this eclipse, I've always called it the beginning of the end. The beginning of the end. And as soon as I saw this chart over Washington, D.C., I knew he was done. This was a super moon eclipse, meaning the moon was close to the earth. And that's why it lasted so long, because its shadow was that much bigger because it was that much closer to Earth. This lasted 5 hours, and it covered all of North America and all of South America. So I also knew what other effery was going on in the South America, because at the time I'm like, what's going on with these caravans and who's provoking them and what's happening at this, because there's some other interference. This is not normal. But if you notice at this chart, ooh, there's that number 0 again. So we have zeros again. The top of the chart was 0 degrees Leo, 19 minutes, and the moon was 0 degrees, 52 minutes. But how could that be? Because the inauguration was the 0 degrees Aquarius. This is exactly opposite. Full moons reveal. They expose. Their revelation. Full moons are also a climax, a manifestation. Like this is as far as you go on this adventure. This is as far as this thing's going to grow. So he, in my mind, hit his zenith of his presidency, because we have now the sun, the life force that represents the photos, exactly opposite his inauguration. with this eclipse that lasted for 5 hours. It covered all of he could not fly anywhere in North America, South America, and not be touched by this at all. Oh, and the North Node was really close at 26 degrees Cancer behind his Venus. So this North Node then gave a boost. I think I probably set this stage for the can opener eclipse. That's just the eclipse that's been very active, held open for a long time. But now we have the moon and the sun. They have flipped positions. They've hit the other poles. Now we're here, conjunct the bottom of the chart. The bottom of the chart is very karmic. This is like where your ancestors feed into your clan and who you are. If you're the FOTUS, these are the ancestors, the presidents before you that are now being activated. And in Capricorn, that's the establishment, our constitution, our structures, and our agencies. So that is when I knew he was done. And when you look at the solar chart, we have more conflict because the top is 0 Scorpio. So over here, it's right here at the ascendant. And the bottom is 0 Taurus. So that creates big red, raging red squares and tension. It's something that's happening that's going to be permanent. And there's going to be a lot of, I'm thinking frustration, but there's going to be a lot of fighting to get stuff done. It's like you can't stop an Earth from spinning and planets revolving around the sun. And that's the force that was behind this. And they've really tried to take over and limit this. And the only way Don Julio could do that was by consolidating power. And we've all watched how he's been able to do that. So that is January 21st, 2019. And oh my God. So November 2018 is when the Dems took back the House. Donald knew he was in trouble because of the investigation. How am I going to consolidate power here? He had a shutdown. He shut down the flipping government for a month. Can you believe it would be possible to possibly forget about that? To get Bill behind bars in, do me a favor. How am I going to get out of this situation? The Earth is spinning. I'm just going to shut down the government until he was approved on February 14th. He knew, he's an eclipse baby. He cosmically knew he was in trouble. So Bill behind bars came to bat, and I'm sure Donald promised him the world. He did. So that is 2019. Fast forward through hell. I do have to mention the other very important marker is the Saturn Pluto conjunction of January 12th, 2020. It's why all of 2020 sucks. Sucked donkey what? Donkey balls. Yes. But everybody is familiar with the Saturn-Jupiter conjunction on the first day of winter, the Christmas star. And this, thank God we had this, because that was the promise of kind of fast-tracking us into good things happening, because a Saturn-Pluto conjunction was all about a change in structure and power with world governments. And boy, did we see that in 2020. Things shifting everywhere. If we did not have the Saturn-Pluto conjunction in this awful 2020, I don't think we would have been able to get rid of him. And the Jupiter-Saturn is exactly the boost we need to get fast-tracked quickly on the right foot. We already saw a hint of how this Saturn in Aquarius, like the sun in Aquarius at the inauguration, we got a hint last March on how it was going to behave. Back then, cerveza virus raging out of control. The research field fast-tracked for vaccines in record time with efficacy rates of over 95%. That's what a Saturn in Aquarius will do. Provide stability, get us beyond earthy Capricorn to look beyond resources on Earth, but be inspired by what else is out there that we can tap. What other revolutionary ideas are out there? What other inspiration? This only lasted for like a couple months, but it was right when the vaccines were being innovated. This made me so happy because what we saw was, we were shut down, emissions went down, science went up. There was kind of a breather from Don Julio's tyranny. Like he would try to do things and they wouldn't really get the grip and traction that they did until this thing, remember all the summer, all the big planets, they said they retrograde, like everything was retrograde. And that's when everything shifted and was like, we're going to take a second look at what's going on here. We're going to solve this problem. We have the promise here, but we have to take a look back, expose everything, leave no stone unturned. That's Pluto, Scorpio, but it's in Capricorn. Leave no stone unturned. Gather all the evidence. We're going to right the ship. We got our eyes on the target. We know where we're going. It was really, really hard, and we have a lot of crap we had to clean up because we're an imperfect union, and there's things in our chart that just keep making us do the same thing over and over and over and over again. But the two big things that we cleaned up, number one, civil rights, because all the activity and with Mr. Floyd and Mr. Lewis and Elijah, I wanted to call him Emmanuel, Elijah Cummings with Kamala, civil rights and the 14th Amendment just landed the hugest gauntlet at the heart of our nation. And it was very painful to live through those things, but that was part of the transformation and the destruction of what was to make way for what's coming and what's new. Very hard stuff, but it literally written in the stars, all of them. But to go from where we were to where we are now, we fast-tracked, had to do a lot of work. I swear to you guys, we were all meant to be here. It's been so scary, and I've been seeing it since, February, September, especially October, especially November, that he was done and that we were on the trajectory for good, except we just had some more things we had to get through to get to now, to this Capricorn new moon. Everybody be there. And so, back to what I was talking about. What happened? This was his inauguration. 0 degrees Aquarius. This was the monster full moon eclipse, which made like the sun flip. This is the solar equilibrium chart, like the Photos chart. Scorpio at the top, Taurus on the bottom. Like, look here now. We have some things. We have some unfinished business. We have some powerful things we need to transform. Scorpio. So, just a sec. Okay, so there's that. So, this is what I want to show you. I had to give you all that information to show you the beauty of it. Oh, and I couldn't print it out. So, the other night, you guys are going to love this. All photos, where are they? 1, 2, 3. So the other night, no, it was in the wee hours yesterday morning at 3:41 a.m. in Washington, D.C., they counted the electoral, they just counted the electoral votes. And when Pence was done speaking and said at the end, "We are complete here. The moon, 29 degrees Libra, 57 minutes. And I'm like, oh my God, it's going to happen. When is it going to happen? You'll see. And then that beautiful prayer that they led, looking over the halls of the Congress, the Capitol, everyone. He said, Amen. The moon was 29 degrees Libra, 59 minutes. It's happening, you guys. And then the joint session ended with the gavel. Whoops. 29 degrees Libra, 59 minutes. And then Pelosi and Pence gave an elbow bump within seconds. And there you go. The moon went to 0 degrees Scorpio, 0 minutes. It was over. Biden is certified. The work is done. The beginning of the end eclipse is complete. Because also that day, Mars is 0 degrees Taurus, 12 minutes. Talk about a shot across the bow, across a cavalry of ships, each at 0 degrees. If we did not have the super annoying 6-month Mars retrograde in Aries, we would have never had this moment at 3:46 a.m. Eastern Time to finish. Now, they could have finished earlier, but this insurrection is part of what we're cleaning up and going into our new world. It had to happen. There was no way around it. There was no way to contain Don Julio. But the cosmos gave us the most perfect, beautiful completion. And it was done forevermore and sealed in fate. That happened at 3:46 a.m. And so it was done. Isn't that awesome? Isn't that amazing? Let me check in with you guys. Okay, how you guys doing? How you doing? Oh, thank you. Okay, he's done. So, you guys, he is done. He is totally done. So when I say he's done, do you guys believe me? He's totally done. He's totally done. Yes, he's totally done. So, that happened. I was just screaming, couldn't sleep again because I was so excited because I knew it was done. Oh, that's when Team USA won. That's when I decided to stay up all night and watch the sunrise because I was so happy. I was so happy because seeing Team USA win gold that night, shutting out Canada. Canada is the standard, you guys. For those of you that don't know, I love hockey. I've loved hockey since 1980. But because Team USA has not done well the last couple of years. I didn't expect them to because of the planets in Capricorn. But because they did that night so crisply and perfectly, I saw what was on the horizon for our nation. These young men, like I said in my class of 2020 reading, their Saturn, the way it's oriented, are the ones who are going to defend and save us. I had a taste of where we were headed and how delightful and beautiful, and that this was complete. Only to get up the next day and see what happened. And heartbreaking. I have always said I never thought that Pelosi or anyone could really do anything until the very end, because Don Julio controls the news cycle and the media lets him. And whatever Dems do, it gets weaponized instantly and humiliated. I always knew that if they had a card up their sleeve, it would be used at the right time. And we are seeing that right now. Absolutely seeing that right now. So when today, those of you who at the Scorpio new moon, congratulations, high five, high five, high five, high five. Who wrote down their wishes to have him like banned from social media? I know we powwowed for quite a long time, and at least one of those readings about social media and Facebook, and they are too dominant, and he needs to get out of here. He's banned on all the platforms. So of course, I took the Twitter. This is so awesome. Oh my God, you see Hillary Clinton? Delete your account, Donald. And the suspended picture, it's so funny. So this is the chart. This is the chart when Twitter had their little thing of him being banned. It was at 6:21 p.m. on the East Coast. There's so many juicy things. First, let's look at the moon here. The moon, 22 degrees Scorpio, 53 minutes in the area of home and defense. What are we defending? We're defending home. Conjunct the Scorpio new moon, which was 23 degrees Scorpio on November 15th. That happened. That flipping happened. You guys, so flipping powerful. I mean, and I think he had a reprieve for a little bit today. He got it back for like 12 hours. No. Boom. We tried. No, you're done. This is directly related to that new moon. You guys, we did a lot of work. We did a lot of work. At the top of the chart, Aries 23. Now, which one was it? I think it was the full moon eclipse. Where is it? I'm just going to look at this one thing. If it's not there, darn it. I am up to my earballs, my eyeballs in horoscopes and charts. The full moon eclipse, I think it was like a week and a half ago. 23 degrees Aries. The the asteroid ERIS, I'm calling her hashtag fuck around and find out asteroid. Because, you know, the Rick Wilson. So ERIS, that hashtag F around and find out asteroid, the goddess of strife and discord, was conjunct Mars, the ruler of Aries. F around and find out, mofo. You're banned permanently. F around, he did. Banned permanently. Can you believe that? I died. And then I was like, I need to look for some asteroids. See, like, you know, like Hillary Nancy. What do they have to say? Look at this. I died. There's an asteroid called Hillary. And when he got banned, it was 23 degrees Cancer. That's Donald Saturn. Delete your account, Donald. Ever on and find out you're done. And then here is Nancy, Speaker Pelosi. was at 18 degrees Sagittarius, 57 minutes. Venus was just there during one of these lunations. I can't think about what it is. Here's Harris at 11 degrees Libra. Harris. Oh, I like this one. The asteroid Washington, you guys, this was amazing to me. This one is actually named for George Washington. So that was at 21 degrees Virgo. It has the last say in the second house. The second house has to do with our resources, our income, our gains, the things that we possess because we value them. Think of self-worth and being worthy of things. George Washington is like saying that I am the last say in what we do as public servants because it's conjunct the USA natal Vesta asteroid. The servant. At the very last degree in this house. F around and find out. You are done. The Potomac River, 6 degrees Sagittarius. That is conjunct Donald's vertex, which is 7 degrees Sag. The vertex is the thing that makes where your world opens up and serendipitous, fortunate things happen. The Potomac River, like, put up a border. You're blocked. You're done. Here we go. America, America. Asteroid 8 degrees Aquarius. That is opposite Donald's Pluto, his disgusting Pluto, which Pluto is like blow stuff up, transform, kill, die, death. So F around and find out. Eris with the planet Mars was at 23 degrees Aries. Oh, this is where they were. Duh, my notes are right here. That's where they were on the first day of winter at the Christmas star, the Jupiter-Saturn conjunction, and at the first quarter moon of Capricorn Aries that day. Everything changed. F around and find out, mofo. You're done. And keep in mind, Mars, which is Aries ruler, it is also a ruler of Scorpio. And so this happened. This freaking happened. Oh, and he left another F around and find out. He did this when he gave that stupid speech. I have to tell you guys about this. Who sponsored this and Donald's connection to him. He finished that speech before they stormed the Capitol. I'm not buffering it. At 1:11:31 p.m. And he says on there, and I just listened to as many words as I could tolerate. But I remember him saying something like, okay, now we're going to go over and walk to the Capitol. Like he's giving directions. F around and find out, mofo. Look at this. He finished, what's at the top of the chart? 0 degrees Aquarius. He hung himself that day before the electoral count happened. This was like his final hurrah. 0 degrees Aquarius. Where's his inauguration? 0 degrees Aquarius. I'm the FOTUS. This is what we're going to do. Look at all of this raging tension. This is what we're going to do. 0. 0 degrees Leo. 1 degree away is the Uranian planet Vulcanos. It's a volcano. Literally, something's gonna burst. There is so much energy under the surface, packed under their feet. Let's go over here. This is why everything exploded and there was no containing it. I feel this has to, I'm getting a yes. Ashli, God love you. The woman who was shot. She is a firecracker anyway. When I see those videos of her jumping around, I feel like she was jumping on this energy, just like she couldn't contain herself. And that's what happened. Her energy has felt really groggy, sleepy, trying to get herself oriented, can't figure out what happened. Like, her energies finally feel calm and kind of organized. That erupted. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Is this true? Oh my God. So his inauguration, the moon was 9 degrees Scorpio in the area of service. On the descendant, where the sun sets, your partnership or your enemy, 14 degrees Scorpio. Poseidon, the Uranian planet Poseidon, is 14 degrees Scorpio. Poseidon is the god of the underworld, the oceans. When he surges up from the depths of the bottom of the oceans, he surges forth. Well, there's waves that come up with him and current, and it washes everywhere, and people die in the wake. There's chaos. There's turbulence. Even though there might be good that he's trying to do, because there is a good side with him. I can't remember the mythology. But it's that rushing forth action to right the wrongs is where you get kind of all of that tsunami tidal waves around it, and things just fall away and break apart with this volcano energy. And he was bringing forth that, trying to play pretend president back in the day. It's really kind of amazing. Oh my God, and here's the thing. His inauguration, the moon was 9 degrees Scorpio. Lilith, the pain. He's got a lot of pain. Lilith has represented the pain of that's her, the female. A female, the woman in the mythology who has been ostracized, abandoned, assaulted, used, abused, her children, her things taken, and left for dead. 8 degrees Taurus. It is opposite that moon from his inauguration. That I feel like that's her, because that's when his speech ended, because we saw at the quarter moon, I said when I did that, I think it was like an hour into the live the other night, I said there was going to be a sacrifice, that someone was going to die, whatever Donald was planning, and we got the Queen of Cups reversed. That's a supporter, a woman supporter who died. That day, Wednesday, we had the moon was drawn for us. A lot of torment. It's all over the charts. So today is Friday, is the Empress. Tomorrow, the tarot picked the star, which usually represents the office of the President of the United States. Watch for something with him tomorrow. The Sun, Sunday, we have the 8 of Wands. Something speedy is happening. Monday, the 9 of Cups. A dream maker, wish maker. Tuesday, we have the Queen of Cups reversed. That's the United States. It's the voter. But reversed, I wonder if this is like opposition with impeachment or whatever they're planning to do. There's conflict there. But like I said, in this January 6th, in the wee hours before January 6th actually exploded, or was I just going to say about that? I was very concerned about this Sunday, Monday, more this Monday, leading into the new moon Capricorn, because the way it's angled, it is like a last gasp for Donald. I don't know what's going to happen. I really do not like this setup. So that's like the final vestiges It's going to be really tense Monday, but here we have the 9 of Cups. So I hope that means he's gone. Oh my God, there was something else that happened. I have to show you. Oh my God, this was the reason why I was crying. I cried again. I keep crying. Where was the... Oh. Here we go. Saturn, Pluto, where are you? Saturn, Pluto. Okay. Huh. This was the other death blow. I kept telling you guys. Where is it? Ha ha. There we go. The Saturn-Pluto conjunction on January 12th. I kept saying, this is going to change world structure and power. And there was early in the year, I was like, oh man, I just really hope that we're not changing for the worse because it's been bad for a while. Well, the thing that keeps having such consequential activity happen, the top of the chart at the Saturn-Pluto conjunction, 17 degrees Capricorn. There's been so much consequential news that has happened around this mark. 2 things off the top of my head. When the sun was 17 degrees Aries, the top of the chart, the highest point you're going to reach, the sun was 17 degrees and 90 degrees square. That's the day that KJU, Kim Jong-un, died. So we have Saturn-Pluto conjunction 1, KJU, nothing. He's out. And we've had, knock on wood, 0 missiles since then. That happened. The day the sun was, like 5 days later, the sun then was Aries, 22 degrees, an exact square to Saturn-Pluto at 22 degrees Capricorn over DC. That's when Don Julio tweeted, "Liberate Michigan." Yeah, he was trying to make a change with the government. He tried. He's been trying this whole time. Not working out. 17 degrees Capricorn. When they took the electoral count and Pence said, we're done, this is who we are. The sun was 17 degrees 16 minutes. It had just gone to the 17 degree mark probably about 4 to 5 hours prior. And that's when I knew for sure, absolutely sure, we're going to be okay. Everything's going to be all right. Everything's going to be all right. It's written in the stars over and over. And my goodness, that so much is getting accomplished already that under the Biden administration, they don't have to worry about Don Julio and the social media. They don't have to worry about being the bad guys with an impeachment. I'm so grateful so much is being dealt with and taken care of before then. Okay, let me check in with you guys. We gotta grab some cards, right? How are you guys doing? Yeah, Todd Douglas, I just see a debate that's in this out. And even if there were debates, the thing is, this keeps this alive, the narrative in the media. The GOP, I was laughing hysterically last night when I realized this, that the GOP just really did not realize, once again, what they did to themselves. The last thing they want is for there to be an impeachment because, number one, it stays in the news cycle. It doesn't go away. And now Don Julio's off of social media. He can't blather about it. So we're really going to be focusing on and revisiting everything in great detail that necessitated a need for impeachment, which means we're going to go back and probably the news will say, hey, remember when this happened? And people will probably be seeing things for the first time about his first impeachment. And now I almost feel like they can't say fake news. Like this impeachment process is going to do such wonders for providing information. And now the GOP, the 147, how many, the objectors to the count in Pennsylvania, what is going on there? now they're stuck. Are you going to impeach or not? Because if you don't, Speaker Pelosi already said that they were on the side of the insurrection. And then the senators, same thing applies. Which side are you on, America or not? And I feel like as this sinks in, like I was feeling like when Mitch put that thing out, yeah, we'll talk about it on the last day, whatever. I think he was just putting it out there because they have to wrap their heads around this and get a plan. And because the momentum behind this is fierce. And I am really loving this Mars in Taurus right now because Mars is an energizer. It activates things. But the thing is, in Taurus just likes to be comfortable and relax. There's a Taurus moon in this house that you can't get to do very much until there's been a lot of relaxing and building up energy, and then they go. But so Mars has to abide by the sign of Taurus. It's in Taurus's real estate, so we're going to be a guest of Taurus, which says it's ruled by Venus. So, okay, give me a chart here. This is in the sky. Holy crap, this is in the sky. So it's action by comfort and security. Do you see that? So what this is all is going to be about is comfort, having comfort in our security. Mars is a defender. So this is being able to defend also your security, defend what you value, and defend your comfort. They cannot stop this. And with every passing day, it's getting closer and closer and closer to Uranus, which is explosive. These two, explosive, revolutionary. Yeah, I can see where this might breed some sort of attack. So I'm glad that they're all over these guys. But this is really driven to accomplish the thing that we value so much right now is our security, our comfort, our sweetness to one another, and how we're going to metabolize our lives, and how are we going to revolutionize how we're living in this point of time, because it's really weird with the cerveza virus and rolling whatever out and our during this transition time. So it's good that Mars is here because we're going to get a lot of energy to get what we need done. That makes me very happy. Okay, so that's that. How are you guys doing? Let's get some cards. There's my lazy Susan. My lazy Taurus sees Susan. Oh, I know. I did want to read on my Mer-Goats. My mermaids, my Mer-Goat, my Margarets. Find out what's going on. Okay. Junior, a bunch of us thought there would be... Oh, that's right. They thought there would be 2 impeachments. Yep, that's right. Thank you, Bob Mueller. Thank you, Sherry Ann. Okay. Sorry, it's already stained. We're in a new Saturn Pluto, a Jupiter Saturn. They're stained. They got to get over their egos. So, I want to look at the Mer-Goats. I feel like I need prettier cards. I'm getting pretty. How about, is this pretty? Oh, I know what's pretty, you guys. Where is it? I know what's pretty. Where is it? Ha! I know. We got some pretty. We got the pretty. Here are the pretties. We have some angels. But yeah, there's still going to be some scary, explosive stuff, but we're getting there, you guys. We need some pretties. Mer-Goats, Margaret. They're all waiting for us. They want to like, and it's not that they're being pushy. They're just responsible. They know the time has come to get to work. So, yeah, it's been a nightmare. It's been a nightmare. Oh my God. This Seven of Cups, I was going back through other things. The disguise of what was planned for today, online, etc., etc. So, can't fold, oh God, I can't fold you guys. I mean, I can't shuffle you guys. Let me just look at you guys while I kind of shuffle these around. Can we see? We love the We the People cards. Which one are those? We the People cards? Oh, yeah, our sweetness to one another. Yes, thank you, Book Bewitch. Hi, does. We're doing astrology and tarot. Oh, okay. Goats, Book Bewitched, goats. Okay, so that is the spirit that I kept seeing at the new moon in Scorpio, because she's like a little mermaid in a chariot, but when she goes by and you look at the back, it's like she has like a tail of a goat from the glyph that denotes Capricorn. Capricorn has a tail because Capricorn has to do with structures and things that we build and grow. So having the tail is a thing that is anchored into the ground that we build and grow. So she's a Mer-Goat. I was calling her Margaret. She really does not care. She's just like waiting. Okay, we're just ready. And it's not that there's eagerness. It's just that it's like, we know it's time for instructions. What are we going to do? There's no judgment in it either. It is so pure. But you guys, we've created a huge vortex, and I think like the word is out. This is where we're going to hang out at this new moon in Capricorn. Be there. Midnight, January 3rd. It'll be at 11 p.m. Eastern. I will start on January 12th. The most important new moon of this decade, this year, this decade, the following for a long, long time. So they are just eager to get their instructions. So that's the goat part of it, the Mer-Goat. So Mer-Goat, I'm calling her Margaret. Yeah, Connie. Okay, so Margaret, Mer-Goats. You guys, they're like, it's not about us. It's about you. Okay, what about us? What do we need to know right now? There you go. What do we need to know right now? What do we need to know right now, Margaret? What do we need to know right now? Oh, sorry. This is kind of noisy. Okay, there we go. I couldn't figure out what I was doing. It's about you. You all. What about all of us? Past, present, future. Past. Where is it? I just feel like I can never get a grip here on these cards. Past, present. Oh, that feels like it's down here. I feel like it wants this one and this one. So on the bottom. You guys, look at the world. We are the world. We children. Look at them. The whole world is watching. You have not lost standing. The whole world is watching and waiting. That is why we are waiting in the ethers, because the world wants to go forth, Margaret. The world is complete. Everybody knows we are out of this era of Don Julio and all of those grifters and all of the networks, the transnational networks and mafias. This is an ending and a beginning. We have everything we need. We have all the supports we could ever want. We have our history. We know where we've been. We need some more completion with this, like with greener grasses, fertile lands, cleaner air. But we are surrounded like by grandmas, grandmothers, our ancestors. My God, all of our ancestors. You guys, can you feel that? Can you feel how powerfully, how everyone's ancestors are here? Everyone is waiting for the next. Oh my God. Okay, so now I'm feeling a little pressure on, maybe some performance anxiety for our new moon in Capricorn. Oh my gosh, this is so, we are right here, you guys. Right here. It's about us. Oh my God. Oh, thank you, Bob Mueller, so much. Okay, Marie Sutton, who's Margaret? What are we going to call Margaret? So she's my Mer-Goat. I think she's like I should just call her the new moon. We make our new moon wishes. They're like, she represents all those spirits that take instructions for the new moon. We have the most important new moon on the 13th at midnight. And so she showed up last time at the new moon in Scorpio, and we got to know her, but now she's here with like throngs just like her. So I'm calling her Margaret because the Mer-Goat gets confusing. So it's just Margaret. She's our new moon spirit, calvary. Okay. So I'm asking her, I just wanted to check in with her, but she's like, no, we're checking in with you. Okay, so that's where we are. Does that answer that? Okay, so here we go. So it's about us. Yeah, 4 of Cups. This is so hard. I kind of feel like everyone kind of in this suspended state of animation for so long, with so much disappointment. Like, when is it going to end? It's right here. It's right here. Hydrate yourself. Take care of yourself. Pay attention to time. Let's get out of this time warp. Time warp is ending. Take care of yourself. Clean up. Okay. We're done. Let's move. This is what's coming. So let's clean up around us and make space for the new. Spring is coming. Spring is coming. In the past, the 2 of Cups. Yeah, the 2 of Cups in the past. This is kind of our life that we love. This is about being in love with life, being enchanted by life. How good life is one another. It's about how with this cerveza virus has ruined this 2 of Cups, this longing in our hearts, because that's part of being on planet Earth, in our relationships, pairing up, agreements with one another. We've been terrorized by this administration and the psyops. It's all right here. It's kind of like remembering how to ride a bicycle. But yeah, life was pretty precious. A lot of time with reflecting on it. Now, oh, you guys, look, the star, there's hope. The star represents the president, but it's also each one of us. This is so weird seeing, wow, coming out of the rubble, coming out of the destruction. We've been locked down. I have always seen us like we finally, when the air has cleared, I've always seen kind of like a horizon with kind of like a smoke coming up, rubble, people coming out, helping one another. This is the time to reach out for one another. They're saying we're safe. I'm getting that because I've been looking forward to this moment where we can come out. It's like, well, we can come out, but safely, social distancing. But this is where we are. We're reaching out to one another. It's safe. Future. Nine of Swords, future. I think we're all afraid of the future. Yep, that's why I had to pick two. We are still suspended in this state of shock and anxiety. We really have to address our physical health, getting back to truth and reality. This is like going to be post-traumatic stress for a lot of us. Mental health is going to be so important. So if we're going to help each other out, we also have to watch one another and how they're coping with depression and anxiety. Even though everything is over with and we've sworn in new people, there is going to be anxiety with the economy. I'm seeing some effery going on behind the scenes because of Don Holio is off at the Twitter and this and that. There are some things they were planning in place. This is why I want you guys to have enough change and cash on hand in case, ATMs are down, you can't get cash. You need to have cash accessible, okay? And your basic stockpile. I was feeling really anxious about that in that last reading I did. I feel like some of that is lessened because whoever is doing this effery behind the scenes with our economy, they're seeing right now the response on the ground with how fast investigations are moving and people getting called out. There's a sense on the GOP like they can still like get away with no. Gaslighting is done, you guys. It's done, and it's going to take them a while to figure it out. And that could be the GOP too. This could also be the Trumpers coming to your senses and realizing all the stuff that you thought was real was actually fake when he said the other stuff was fake. I mean, I can see people wanting to, end their experience. So you really got to keep an eye on one another. Farther. Ooh. Oh my gosh, the outdoors. So this is the Four of Swords. It looks a bit different than the one that we're accustomed to. But, the Four of Swords, this is rejuvenating. This is reflecting. This is meditating. This is transformation. Look there's like fall leaves, but we've got green grass. But there are still some that are hibernating. So it's like a change in the weather. I forget what there's a season for this, a season for that, a time to cry, a time to love. Who knows that song? I don't know that song. You know what I'm talking about? What's that song? I add that to the soundtrack. It's a time. It's there's cycles of this. There's still some people who are just still very frightened and they're going to need some time to come out or to get healthy. But they're protected. Margaret is saying, you guys are all protected. They're protecting the world. but we have to be so precise in being clear in the direction that we want to go. But it's right there. So it's been a long time, the isolation. I feel like this is saying, you know, fine tune yourself, get that crap done you said you were going to get done. I'm not painting. I am not going to do the painting. But get the stuff done that you said, oh, when, you know, lockdown is done, I will have done XYZ. Go finish that stuff. That's what it's saying. I love it. 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 Okay, how are you guys doing? Yes, Todd, it is Old Testament. A Time to Reason. But isn't there a song? There's a song, I think, like from this. I want to say it's the Mamas and Papas. I don't know why, because I don't really know their music. But it's, but there's an oldie song. To everything, there's a season. Turn, turn. Thank you, but turn, 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 turn. Da, 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 da. Who sings that? Who sings that song? Okay. So how are you guys doing? What else do we want to look at? From the 70s? No, well, yeah, I was in elementary school in the 70s. St. Francis of Assisi. The Birds. Wow, I was way off on that. Okay, so what Inversion tarot. I just want to see. I'll take your questions, but I want to see how is this GOP going to handle this impeachment? I feel like they're a little bit stunned at how things have unfolded so rapidly, and how the heck does Speaker Pelosi have all this power again? Like, they are just like, she did it again. She cut some guy off talking the other night because he ran out of time. And he was like, what? And she's like, you're out of time. And he was like, you can't do that. And then he realized, yeah, he is out of time because the person next to him yielded the time, but he thought he got 5 minutes. He didn't, but it was just really funny how she was like, you're done. And he was all pissy, and he was done. He couldn't do a thing about it. So yes, she had, I loved the Pelosi clap too. She is so good, Michael Grant. She is so good. I don't know if she had them removed. I thought maybe because this hockey mom, ears and eyes, I'm like, there's fisticuffs going on over there. So I can hear it, I can smell it. But it broke up. The NFL player broke it up. Yeah. Okay, so show me the House GOP. They feel like a mess. Okay, show me the House GOP. Okay, so the Knight of Swords, you know, intel agencies, intelligence. This is also being really, well, they were very, very reckless with the propaganda, the spewing of deciding they aren't going to deal with facts, but they're just going to charge force and get what they want anyway, because facts are only their facts, nobody else's. At the basis of this is, it's the end. They know they were at the end of the road. And here we have the Page of Wands, and they're covered in bad news. Well. Okay, so show me, tarot, the three problems they're seeing right now with with impeachment. They're stunned. What's the three problems? They've got this problem too. The problem they really don't want to see, but it is going to sneak. Oh man, there's something that's going to bite them so hard. So these are the three problems. Base of. And this thing they don't want to see, what's at the base of the. Oh man. Oh, they are problem? I'm just going to do what's the challenge with these. Challenge. 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 And then what they hope the final outcome would be, but really they're getting this. Okay? So I might forget what these are. The outcome they hope to have, but what they're really getting. So on the bottom of, ooh, 5 of Swords. Oh, God. Winning unfairly, the Mafia card. Oh, I think they feel like Pelosi is being so unfair that she just wiped clean everything. That's Mars. That's Donald at the behest of Putin. They're still looking to their emperor, but she just landed a big hit. So this whole talk about impeachment then, their first big problem, the Queen of Pentacles, their assets. Their data, their assets. The USA, oh, those shell companies. Okay. Like the shell companies, they're also dealing with a lot of problems because, you know, you can no longer have shell companies can no longer remain anonymous. Oh my God, I have to talk about that guy still. These are USA resources that they've kind of had their hands on that they like to barter with their friends overseas. So this is their first primary problem. Donors, money, assets, resources, and the King of Cups, they no longer have support for, they shouldn't, Don Julio, and this is flat. This is stub. How are they going to deal with this with him? The challenge is the instability. Money and instability. Basically, they can no longer rape our Congress, our assets, our money, our assets. Because that's what Putin wants. He wants everything. Exploiting USA resources. So they can't do that anymore. The second problem is access to power and money. They're in their little house. They have all these expectations of all this money and resources above them. And look at that hand, that cloud is taking it away. They are running really short on change. The 10 of Pentacles, they can no longer rely on, they didn't win the House, they didn't win the Senate, and the Trump dynasty is done. So their challenge now is the Page of Swords, outlandish ideas, being able to be a gaslighting to just get what you want, to just spout whatever you want, to get what you want. They cannot use this strategy anymore to get what they want. That's cut off. And this third problem, they really are blinded. They just do not want to look at this. Oh, you know what that is, the 6 Wands mob. Trump, Putin, Unji, Netanyahu, MBS, MBZ. Let's add Turkey and Egypt and Cambridge Analytica and the Mercers. This whole rogue, virtual, foreign state nation that has ruined economies and elections around the world. This is their biggest problem. They don't want to look at it. At the basis of it is Donald. He got them all sucked into it. I think that was the leverage and that was the blackmail, because he's like, hey, I took all this money like from Il-Sisi. Here, take this money that I took illegally and I'm going to give it to you in your campaign. And that's how Donald tied them up. And their challenge is speed, efficiency. They have no mojo. They're on fumes. It's the end. There's no remedy to this. So the outcome they're really hoping to have is stability and access to the White House, having some control over the Congress, over the Senate, in the state houses, and their own house, their own party. They're hoping they really want to get all of that in order. But what's really happening, oh shit. Their betrayal and their treason is going to fall down upon them. Their only hope is to remedy their treasonous ways and their betrayal related to the White House, to their houses, to their state houses. This is the only option they have. This is the House GOP. Wah, wah. Man, it sucks to suck, huh? How are you guys doing? Book Bewitched. Adam Schiff just uploaded something. Okay, so I have to tell you this. Do you guys hear about that Alabama State Attorney General and his dark money? He's in charge of the dark money group, and they're the ones that funded this whole thing that happened yesterday. So I did a bunch of teroscopes, just step by step. Let me tell you what this is. Okay, show me the Alabama. Now I got this thing on Twitter. It's so bad. You guys, this is really bad. So this is the Alabama Attorney General, Steve Marshall. Show me Steve Marshall. Okay, this is what we're gonna do. Show me Steve Marshall. What is he covered in? Show me the insurrection at the Capitol. The coup at the Capitol. How does he relate to what happened? Oh man, these cards feel so heavy, like they just want to drop and shatter like a bunch of bricks. This is how he bridges to, and one more. What happened at the Capitol building? How does that bridge back to him? Oh my. How does it bridge back? Okay. Okay, so this guy, Two of Pentacles, he's got some really bad options. He's trying to pick what's the lesser worst of them. Ooh. Yeah, lots of lies. This Ace of Swords. So he was part of the Republican Attorneys General Association. And with that RAGA, he's in charge of a dark money nonprofit called Rule of Law Defense Fund. They were involved with defending Kavanaugh and other things. They're associated with the judicial, is it JDN? The Defense Network. You know who I'm talking about. And when you go into opensecrets.org and you type in Rule of Law Defense Fund, millions of dollars it's taken in. When you look at the corporate work, paperwork, there's only one employee. It's this guy. And that was 2014. And I think this explains also because it's Alabama, because Tommy Tuberville and Rudy Giuliani directly related this. This is out of Alabama, and the Rule of Law Defense Fund, RLDF. So what happened is this guy, that's the Russia card. That's the Russia op. So he was a vehicle for taking in a lot of dark money, Russian dark money. Yeah, it's really bad. He is so busted. He's in so much trouble. He is covered in the Eight of Wands. He is trying to hide everything right now. He's trying to slow everything down. Because there was a robocall that went out to all of the Trumpers and said, hey, meet at this intersection at this time. I think he might have bought buses to bus people in to go there. And we're going to meet at this corner. We're going to open up from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. And, you know, I don't know if they said Trump will be there or not, but wherever Don Julio was at 1 o'clock, like that was the highlight. That's where we're going to go. And then it says in there, we're going to march to the Capitol and protest. So that's already been set up. Since then, the website has been taken down. It has been archived. But this is the person that funded a portion of people where they were going and how they were getting there. So this is the thing that happened in the Capitol, the Nine of Wands. The Capitol could not defend itself. Oh, and Rule of Law Defense Fund claims it's about not human rights, maybe service, maybe public service. So that's why they don't have to report stuff, because they're like a public service, whatever. So the Capitol is unable to defend itself. It's under attack. Horrible attack. How does, what's this guy, Steve Marshall, relate to that? Let me bridge to that. Well, the Four of Swords. So these are the MAGAs who have been, you know, low-key, you know, just kind of blending in everywhere. Well, we have a plan. It's time to come out. Come out, come out, my pretties. This is what we're going to do. Let's go see Donald, King of Pentacles, because this was not a fair election. We have to make a last stand. We have no other chance. We're done. I need you to help defend Four of Pentacles stability and really shake things down. So that's his relationship. Calling them all out for Donald. I need help. Create instability. What happened there bridges back to Steve Marshall. This is the planning. The planning and the ops. All the people that were recruited, they're top people for this. What happened there? The agreements they all had with their plans, you know, scoping things out, to, oh, this assholio, to manipulate conditions on the ground at the right time to overcome with strength against the house. That's how he relates to what happened, and what happened says this was a direct result of what he did. This guy's the Alabama Attorney General. This is insurrection, a coup. I don't know how many people are involved with the Republican Attorney Generals Association. This is the judicial network as well. And there's only one known person volunteer. This guy, he can't get out of this. The basis of this, we have the Five of Wands. This is beyond obstruction. This is not just blocking things. Reversed, it is all out war, fight. The High Priestess, the secret has been unleashed. That is that guy. That guy, Tuberville's involved, Rudy G is involved. Oh my God. Oh, so many Russians were there. It's so bad. But anyway, so you guys, you know what? I'm going to end it here. I'm like super hungry. All of a sudden, did you hear my stomach growling? I'm so hungry. But you guys, thanks so much for coming out. Thank you, wonderful moderators. Yes, Janet, that is where Doug Jones was from. Yes. Yeah, I know, right? Wow. I will, no, you don't have to have a Twitter. In the description box, I think I made a mini thread because I was shocked at what I was seeing. I will link that thread into the description box right here so you guys can see some more information because it's really, really, really bad. Okay, so thank you, Bonnie. Thank you, Musical. Hi, Keisha. Thank you. Hi, Julie Hansen. Thank you. Thank you, Connie. Thank you, T-Barb. Tisha, what's your homework? Paper, pencil. Get ready for Monday. You might want to reflect on some things about these new moon wishes. Think about your personal life. Because what's going to happen between now and then, you're going to be getting clues. Sometimes in this balsamic moon, people tend to get depressed. Don't be depressed. That is just a sign, a kind sign from the universe saying, hey, you might want to plant some wishes or intentions, make some new contracts, because this really is not working anymore. Okay? So, yes, thank you, Coco D. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, you guys, be there. I've got a lot of Mer-Goats, a lot of Margarets in the ethers waiting for us to get to work. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you have to listen to the beginning of this. But it's basically our new moon spirits who are literally, I don't know if they're even in our galaxy, but they're part of the structure of our world. It's really cool. Okay? Thank you. Thank you, Sheila. Have a good night. Thank you, moderators. Thank you, Marie. We are just getting ready to step out of all of this. We are really towards the very end, okay? Have a great evening. We'll catch up soon, okay? Bye. Thanks.